Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on live stream music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very welcome. I trust everyone is well. And you enjoyed my last video on iconic rock band Journey. And we all know that song, Don't Stop Believin'. So I trust you found that one encouraging. Well, I've had to relent. Those of you who have been following my channel for a while know that I do look up from side to side because I've got notes about the bands on a music stand in front of me together with my iPad, which I record on. I have been trying to do this without glasses ever since the channel started in May 2020, but I've started to realise, hey, it's just getting too hard now. So I'm just going to relent and put the glasses on from now on so I can read my notes. And so, welcome to Trevor with his glasses on. So, you know, we all, when you get to a certain age, and I'll have a certain 0 birthday happening next year. I don't feel that. I feel about 20 years younger, but that's okay. You know, these little things start to happen. So you know what? Trevor with glasses from now on. All good. Well, now I can read my notes really clearly. It's amazing. 1969, Birmingham. Now, another big band came out of Birmingham, and that was the Electric Light Orchestra. So Birmingham pretty well punches above its weight for bands. According to VH1, this is the second greatest metal band of all time. First one being Black Sabbath. At the start, we had Al Atkins, and there was a bit of a toing and froing of band members at the start. And it was actually in 1969, these got signed to a particular label, but the label went out of business. And at that point, Judas Priest, who we're talking about today, sort of called it. But a few other people got together, and some names: Ian Hill bass, Glenn Tipton on guitar, Rob Halford vocals and guitar, Dave Holland on drums, got together and hey, no, things are not over, we're going to keep going. In 1974, out came the album Rocka, Rolla, and we've got a live version of that song below. Rocka, Rolla sort of started to catapult Judas Priest into the international stardom at this point. There's just something about the absolute raw, pumping energy of these guys. Heavy metal isn't just something you listen to. Heavy metal beats the door down. And I think Judas Priest well and truly are responsible for that. Another thing that they're responsible for is the black leathers and studs look that pretty well typifies heavy metal bands after this point. We've also got two dueling lead guitars happening at the same time, just adding an absolute power to this Judas Priest sound. And in 1976, Sad Wings of Destiny was released, and one of their iconic songs, A Victim of Changes, was released off that album. This is considered one of the best Judas Priest songs. This one, got a live version below. Just listen to the power of this group. Listen to the guitars at the start. Just how awesomely, almost hauntingly beautiful it is at the same time to unleash the full Judas Priest power. Victim of Changes, I think, having a quick look at the lyrics here, it's all about, you know, a girl looking for the guy, the perfect guy, the guy that's going to sweep her off her feet and all the rest of it. Meanwhile, someone else is sitting there just waiting for her just to settle down and calm down because he knows she's the girl for him. So eventually, over time, that's what happens. What is it about new and shiny? You know, this is the way affairs start, don't they? You know, you see that person across the room and think, well, they're pretty nice, and the look lingers just a little bit too long. And next minute, you're going home. So shiny is not everything, because you know what? Everybody talks a lot at the start. But you know, as the relationship deepens, you know, the conversation goes into other places. And so we've got to be so careful about staring, looking longer than we should at somebody, because you know that's where it all starts. Why would we want to go somewhere else when we had the love of our life right in front of us? We just don't. You know, it's very hard to find love, true love, real love, deep love. You just don't want to play around with it, guys. You really, really don't. Don't even be tempted to do anything to bring about anything different. And I think victim of change also, we can think about, our buying of technology. iPhone and Samsung release a new phone every year. Well, I've got a Samsung A13. What does it do? It makes calls, it sends texts, it's got a few apps on it that all work. It works really, really well. It was only $350. Now I bought it without a plan, of course. It doesn't have the payment thing on it, but that's okay. Use my cards. Not a big deal. We don't always have to go for the shiny and the new. Sometimes the old faithful things do really, really well. I've got a Mazda 3, which is just done over 200,000 K. It's still going strong. It still looks pretty good because I look after it. There's something about the old girl I love. It's like settling into an easy armchair and going for a cruise. And certainly this weekend we're cruising down to beautiful Marion Bay. And I'm so glad that the cars are going to come along with us for the ride. So don't always go for the shiny stuff. Don't always go for the shiny stuff, particularly in relationships. The guy you've got, they are all you need, and there's still more to learn about them, even than what you know now. There's always more to learn. So, stick to the stuff which is real, stick to the stuff that is deep, stick to the stuff which is reliable. Because you know what? That's what we want in life, don't we? We want reliability, deepness, and realness. So, Victim of Change is a pretty incredible song, really. I just love the way the guitars are at the start of this one. Of course, what can we say about Rob Halford's vocals? One of the best metal vocalists of all time. 1977, out came the album Sin After Sin, and this would be the first of 11 consecutive gold platinum albums. What an incredible record that one is. To be able to have that many hits in a row is absolutely huge. Out in 1978, out came the album Stained Glass, and we've got the a live version from 2015, actually, Beyond the Realm of Death. The way I read these lyrics too, a guy's kind of gone to the other side. Maybe he didn't want to be there anymore, and this is a kind of a message from the other side. Hey, it's really, really peaceful over here. Not that I'm advocating, by the way, to do that. Life is a wonderful thing. Life is worth living. If you are contemplating doing something, talk to someone. You're currently in the darkness and you're looking at something and nobody knows what's going on. Talk to somebody. Bring it into the life. Because, some people are too early for Beyond the Realm of Death. But interesting take on life, absolutely. Out in 1978, so the albums are coming out every year. We've got the album Killing Machine, and we've got a studio version of Rock Forever You Below. Soon released was the live album Unleashing the East Live. In 1980, another classic Judas Priest album, British Steel, came out. We got a TV version of United. 1982, Screaming for Vengeance. We've got a live version of You Got Another Thing Coming. Something about that title. Live version of that one. Judas Priest are just absolute raw power. And I think it's pretty amazing to know that a band can be as complete and as powerful as these guys actually are. Judas Priest are a force of nature, absolutely. They did a few other things, bits and pieces. They were pretty big in the 1980s, and around the mid-1990s, they were all getting a bit tired, and they kind of caught it for a while. But the fans were just screaming out for a reunion album, which came out in 2005, followed by a tour, Angel of Retribution, and we got the song Judas Rising. Oh my goodness, this live version is absolutely huge. Gosh, these guys are good. You just get really, really carried away by the actual raw power of these guys. They really are very, very compelling. So I had to have a live version of Judas Rising. As I said, second greatest metal band of all time behind Black Sabbath. In 2022, they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is pretty cool. I think there's also been an induction into the Metal Hall of Fame as well. We've got Alice Cooper inducting these guys into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So in about 3.5 minutes, you get to hear what the industry thinks of Judas Priest. And we've got a performance of Breaking the Law from that ceremony as well. Between 1974 and 2021, in fact, they're coming up for 50 years. 19 studio albums, 6 live albums, 7 compilation albums, 29 singles, estimated to have sold 50 million albums. So one of the highest groups of all time. Context, Beatles sold 600 million, Elton John sold 300 million. 550 million is a lot of albums. And so for a metal band, these guys have absolutely changed the world forever with their raw power. Judas Priest also have received a Grammy Award for a number of nominations. So the links to those 9 clips are in the description below, and I've also included, just for something completely different, my last video on Joshua Caddison, Beautiful in My Eyes. So if you want to recap on him, feel free. I tend to do that each time because, you know, why not just sort of advertise your last video in your next video? It shows that you're also thinking a lot about the series aspect of this channel as well. And we are still working our way through the J's, but we're kind of getting near the end of the J's. We've been in J for a little while. We're soon going to get onto the K's, but not quite yet, because next time we're going to get onto country superstar Juice Newton, Angel of the Morning, and Love's Been a Little Bit Hard on Me, and a few other songs like that one. And so it's going to be good to look at her next time. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.